Good morning, everybody. Today we will start the industries chapter. Industries, clear? Industry. What it means industry? Industry is a place where raw material transform into finished goods through manufacturing processes. Raw material transform into finished goods. Finished goods through manufacturing processes. Through manufacturing processes. Manufacturing processes. Industry or the manufacturing, both are the different things. Industry is a place where the raw material transform into the finished goods. But whereas some manufacturing processes are those procedures through which raw material transform into as the usable items or the finished goods. Clear? So the different processes which are used for the transformation of a raw material into as a finished goods are the manufacturing processes. And the industry, it's basically a place where all these processes are happen. For example, raw cotton towards a cotton cloth. These are transformed to the various stages of manufacturing: spinning, weaving, and cutting, dyeing. All these are the processes. These are the manufacturing processes. Where all these are happen is known as a industry, named as a cotton textiles industries. Clear? Cotton textiles industry. So as we read in previous chapter, there are basically also two types of activities are there: economic and non-economic activities. Economic activities, when any of activity which helps to earn income, is known as the economic activities, in which we learned about the three types of activities are there: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Industries are included under the secondary activities. Secondary activities, those activities which are used of products or a good which is produced by the primary sector used as a raw material in a secondary activities for making of a goods, for the transformation of goods into as the usable item. That sector is known as the secondary sector. Clear? That sector is known as the secondary sector. In India, the 60% of job opportunities are provided by the primary sector, and less number of job opportunities, near about 18% job opportunities provided by secondary sector of economy, Indian economy, in our country, not in other countries. In other countries, when we're talking about the America or European countries, they are basically producing the maximum job opportunities to the secondary and the tertiary sector. But in our country, secondary sector providing as a maximum job opportunities. Clear? Next one are the factors which are affecting the location of factors affecting location of industries. Affecting location of industries. Location of industries. There are basically the two categories of broader factors which are basically affecting the location of any of an industry. One are the geographical. Second are the non-geographical factors. Non-geographical factors. Non-geographical factors. Clear? So geographical factors, which includes first land. Land is necessary where the industry it will be as located. It doesn't mean that we have to use the fertile lands. Basically, the industries are situated on such kind of the lands which are not fertile, which having as a low fertility or barren lands or fallow lands. Those lands which are not used for the agricultural practices, these are suitable for the location of industries. Why? Because once the industry it located in a one particular place, it's not possible to displace the industry towards the other areas. So first one is the land. Second is the raw material. Raw material. Raw material. On the basis of a raw material, industries they can be produced the goods for the marketing. If the raw material it is located as a far away from the industry, then it will increase the cost of production, because the raw material it will be transport towards the industry, making of a good, and again move towards the market. It will increase the cost of production. That kind of a product it will be the more expensive. That's why most number of industries are located nearer to the source of their raw materials. For example, sugar mills in Punjab. Sugar mills in Punjab, they are situated in a regions of those regions of Punjab where basically the sugar cane is produced. If the sugar industry located in a Rajasthan and a sugar cane transported towards a Rajasthan, it will decrease the quality of a sugar cane. That's why the industries are located nearer to the source of raw material. This is the second factor, second geographical factor. Third one is the water. Mostly the industries are required water. For example, cotton textile industries are required water for the dyeing purposes and washing purposes. And in iron and steel industries, water is used for the cooling purposes. In thermal power stations, water used for the cooling purposes. So water is a basic necessity, and basically industries located in such of the parts where the water is available nearer to the industry. As far as nearer to the industry. Next one, means of transport. Transport, they are also play as a very important role, because the means of transport provide the material. It helps to transport the raw material towards the industry or a finished goods from an industry towards a market. It can be only possible to transport with the availability of a transport and a communication facilities, which make as a possibilities for the increasing the growth of industrial goods. Next one, power, electricity. So mostly the industries which are running through the machines, such machines are required the power supply, regular supply of a power or electricity. It can only possible if the source of power is nearer to it. Source of power, it may be as a hydel power station, hydroelectricity power station, thermal power station, nuclear power stations, any of a source which is nearly or the available in a doorsteps of industries. Where these are available on such areas, the industries they are basically located. Next one. Next one is the markets. Markets. If the goods are produced in industries and not sell in a market, through the selling of a product, consumption of a product, which has any of a product which is produced by the industry, it will be showing that the profits, and for the such profits, the industrialists they are investing the money for the growth of the industries. If the goods are not consumed, not sold in market, then how can they will earn the profits? So the markets it should be as located nearer to it. Next one is the climatic factors. Climatic factors, climatic conditions. Mostly the industries they are located in an areas of a favorable climatic conditions. Different kinds of industries required as a different categories of climatic conditions. For example, iron and steel industries are located in dry areas. In dry areas, these are not generally located on a hot and humid areas. The reason is that if the iron and steel industry located in a humid climatic conditions, then it will be cause as a rust to the iron. It will be deprive the quality of a iron. But in the other side, cotton textile industries, they can't be located on a dry conditions, because in a dry climatic conditions, it breaks. Mostly the cotton textile industries are located in a hot and humid climatic conditions, which are generally provided on the coastal parts of the country. That's why most of the cotton textile industries are located on the coastal parts of Gujarat and Maharashtra. Gujarat and Maharashtra, like Bombay, Ahmedabad, Raipur, Vadodara. So these are some of those industries which are located on a coast of India, where the hot and humid climatic conditions are easily available. So climate. So all these are the geographical factors which are directly influencing the location of industries. Next are the non-geographical factors. Non-geographical factors includes government policies. Government policies. Government policies. Mostly the industries are located on such of the countries where the government is supportive to the industrial growth. Government, it can be a support to the relaxation in a duties, relaxation in excise duty or a taxes to which the industries they can be benefited. So the government policies, it should be as a favorable to the location of the industries. Next one, capital, money, money. So industries require as a larger quantities of a money investment. That money, it can be possible for the industrialists to borrow from the banks or the sources. Clear? So if the proper facilities, finance facilities are available in that particular country through which the industry, they can locate the industries, they prefer to locate industries on such of the areas. Next, infrastructure. 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 Infrastructure means the basic facilities which are required for the growth of the human resource, growth of the humans, people. Mostly where the industries are located, people are prefer to live nearer to it, nearer to the industries. So they, for the growth of such people and their other necessities, basic necessities, health, education, police, and communication, transport, all these services where these are available, people prefer to live, and such people, they can work as efficiently for the industry. Clear? So these are the two broader categories of factors which are influencing the location of industries: geographical factors and non-geographical factors. Next are the classification. Next is the classification. Classification of industries. Categories of industries. Classification of industries. Classification of industries. Classification of industries. Broadly, the industries are basically divided into the three broader categories. First, on the basis of size, or we can say it on the basis of size, production, and capital, money investment, capital. This is the first category of industries. Second are on the basis of source of raw material, on the basis of source of raw material. And the third category is the on the basis of ownership, ownership means control, ownership, on the basis of ownership. These are the three broader categories of industries. First one is on the basis of size, production, or capital. Second one is on the basis of source of raw material, and third one is on the basis of the ownership. Let's start from the first. On the basis of a size, there are the three types of industries are there: large scale industries, large scale industries, small scale industries, and cottage industries. Clear? Cottage industries. On the basis of a source of raw material, there are the four types of industries are there: agro-based industries. Second one is the mineral-based industries. Third one, forest-based industries. And fourth one, marine based industries, based industries, marine based industries. Next, third category, broader category as the on the basis of ownership. First one, private sector industries, private sector industries. Second one, public sector industries, public sector industries. Third one, joint sector industries, joint sector industries. And last one, cooperative, cooperative industries, cooperative industries. Let's discuss about all these categories of industries in detail. Clear? Let's start from the first on the basis of the size, large scale, small scale, and cottage industries. Large scale industries, large scale industries, small scale industries, cottage industries, cottage industries, cottage industries. So the first point. So those industries which are generally grows on the basis of an investment of more than 1 crore, more than 1 crore investment, more than 1 crore investment are known, they are generally known as the large scale industries, because in the beginning we discussed about the classification of industries on the basis of a size, production, and capital. It proved as a capital. Second one, industries which are basically located, which are basically located on the basis of an investment of 10 lakhs to 1 crore are basically known as a small scale industries, and those industries which are basically grows less than the 10 lakhs of investment are generally known as the cottage industries. They are generally known as the cottage industries. Second one, these industries, large scale industries, are basically required skilled and unskilled labor, both of it. Skilled and unskilled labor, both of it. But in a small scale industries, they only required as a skilled labor, skilled labor, skilled labor, which is efficient or having as a some professional skills. It can be only possible to work in a small scale industries. Third one, large scale industries, sorry, cottage industries. Cottage industries, they are not required any kind of a sophisticated, professionally qualified workforce. Basically, the family members, and a workforce which is available in a surrounding areas, unskilled workforce, it can be possible to work in a cottage industries. Unskilled, that particular workforce which transferred the work techniques, skills from generation to generation. Clear? Not having as some proper professional degrees. Third one, large scale industries, their products are sending towards the other countries. Their products are exported to the other, their goods are exported to other countries, Small scale industries, their goods are basically produced and consumed within a boundaries of a country, within a country. And cottage industries, their goods are generally consumed in localities, local markets. Goods are generally consumed in a local markets, in a adjoining areas, in a one particular village or the adjoining villages. Goods are generally consumed in a local markets. Fourth one, these are also known as multinational companies. Large scale industries are also known as the multinational companies because such industries are located with support of the other countries. Other countries, they are investing their money in that particular country for the growth of industries, which are also known as a multinational companies. Small scale industries, small scale industries are producing the goods. They are producing the goods for the country, one particular country. Their products are consumed within a country or in their neighborhood. But the cottage industries, their products are sold in that particular village. Only that particular village. The goods are consumed in a particular village, and because of engagement of the family members for the production of goods, this industry is also known as a household industry. Household industry. Cottage industry is also known as the household industry. Household industry. This was the fourth difference in between of these three types of industries: large scale industry, small scale industry, or cottage industry. Or next is the examples. Fifth one is the example. Example. Example, large scale industries where the different manufacturing processes are happen in a one particular place. For example, the purchasing of a raw material towards the selling of a product towards and selling of a product towards the consumers. All the processes are happened in a same place. For example, cotton textiles industries. Cotton textiles industries of Bombay and Ahmedabad. Second one, small scale industries. Small scale industries are not making as a finished goods, but they are basically producing that kind of a product which can be possible to use in a large scale industries. For example, when we take the example of a cotton textile industries, in a cotton textile industries, all the spinning, weaving, and dyeing processes are happening in a one particular place. But in a small scale industries, the spinning work is only done by the industrialist. It will, after the spinning of the yarn, it will be given that particular yarn towards the other mill, other small scale industry for the weaving. After the weaving, it will be given to the third industry for the dyeing, cutting, stitching. So the different. So example, for example as a spinning work, spinning industry. And the cottage industries, they are basically related to the household activities or the family members. They are basically producing as goods which are consumed in their localities. For example, potters, potters, ironsmiths, ironsmiths, ironsmiths. These are the examples of cottage industries. These were the broader three categories of industries on the basis of size. Now the next are the classification of industries on the basis of source of raw material. On the basis of source of raw material. On the basis of source of raw material. Source of raw material. Raw material. In which of us it was agro-based industries. Agro-based industries. Where the name is clear, agro-based, agricultural based. Those industries which obtain their raw material through agricultural practices. After the agriculture, when the goods are produced and consumed in a particular industry, is known as the agro-based industry. Cotton textile is an agro-based industry where the cotton produced by the agriculture is used in an industry. Bakery is a agro-based industry because wheat produced to the agricultural practices. Clear? Second one, mineral-based industry. Mineral-based industries. 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 Mineral based, those industries which obtain raw material from mining processes or they use the minerals to manufacture the goods is known as the mineral based industries. For example, iron and steel industries which obtain the raw iron ore from the mining processes and such minerals are used for manufacturing of a steel. Clear? Iron and steel industries, aluminium smelting centers, oil refineries where the crude oil refined and their byproducts used as a petrol diesel for our consumption. Consumption. This was the second mineral-based industry. Third, mineral maritime industry. Maritime industry. Those industries which are basically obtain their raw material from sea or oceans. For example, cod liver oil, fisheries. Fisheries is the example of a maritime industry which obtain their necessity of a raw material from seas and oceans. And fourth type of a classification of industries on the basis of a raw material, on the basis of raw material, that is the forest based industries. Forest based industries. Forest based industries. Industries which obtain their raw material from forest. For example, medicinal herbs, paper industry. Obtain their raw material directly from the forest. Clear? So these industries are based on the sources of a raw material. On the basis of source of raw material. Source of raw material. Next category of industries are industries which are based upon the ownership. Ownership or control, management. First industry is the private sector industry. Private sector industries. Industries. Those industries which are controlled, managed, and located by the individual, one individual, it may be as a one individual or more than one individual, it may be as a group. So those industries which are located, which are managed by the individual or a group of individuals is known as private sector industries. Such industries are basically located for the work of a profits to gain the maximum profits. For the profits, they are investing the money and providing the facilities to the consumers, providing the goods to the consumers. Clear? Private sector industries. Airtel is the example of it. Airtel is the example. Colgate is a private sector industry. Bata. All these are the Bata. It's known for the shoes in India. Shoes in India. Lakhani slippers. Next one. Second is a public sector industries. Public sector industries. Public sector industries. Those industries which are directly managed by the government and their agencies. Industries which are directly managed by the government and their officials. Government agencies are known as the public sector industries. These are not work for the profits. They are work for the welfare of society. They are giving the products, the services at the cheaper rates, at a low cost facilities to the people. Basically work for the welfare in society. Third one example is a BSNL. BSNL is the example of it. Public sector agency. Or one more example is there, Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL. Steel Authority of India Limited. Steel Authority of India Limited is a government supportive agency or a industry. Third one, joint sector industries. Joint sector, with the name is clear, joint sector industries, those industries which are collectively work to the public and the private. Joint sector industries. Joint sector industries. Industries which are controlled, managed by the collectively by the individuals or and the government is known as the joint sector industries as collectively. Maruti Udyog Limited is an example of it. They are also providing as the facilities to the people, and also benefited to the individual through the profits. So joint sector industries, Maruti Udyog Limited. One more example is the Punjab State Electricity Board. Punjab State Electricity Board. If you can see that around 5 to 8 years, the facility power cuts are reduced in throughout the year. The reason is due to the Punjab State Electricity Board under the joint sector. Government is responsible for purchasing of electricity and distribution and services are provided to the private sector. Both are collectively work hand in hand. Next one, fourth, cooperative industries. Cooperative industries. Cooperative industries are basically work in rural areas, in a village areas on a mutual benefits. Those industries which are collectively controlled and managed by the rural people for mutual benefits. Mutual means their benefits, their profits are distributed among the all those individuals which are locating that particular industry in a rural economy. It's basically work for the growth of a rural economy by providing them the facilities, better facilities. So these are the broader categories of our industries, classification of industries on the basis of a size. There are three industries are there: large scale industry, small scale industry, cottage industry. Second classification on the basis of the source of raw material. Source of material means the type of raw material which has used in a particular industry and obtained from their source. In which the first is agro-based industry, agriculture products. Second one is a mineral-based industries, mineral products, mining processes. Third one is a maritime industries, industries obtain their raw material from sea or ocean. And fourth one is the forest-based industries, which obtain their raw material from the forest. For example, paper pulp. Next one is a ownership. Last category as a private sector industries managed by individuals or group of individuals. Second one, public sector industries controlled, managed by the government and their agencies. Joint sector industries collectively work by of a public and a private sector, and cooperative which work for mutual benefits and the growth of rural economy. Clear?